Okay. Hello, world. Back here tonight. We're already at Thursday. Currently in Florida, so it is 2:15 AM. And it's been a struggle to get on the past couple of nights. Work has had me overloaded just a wee bit. But there's a couple of things that I want to jump right back into. Just a quick revisit on what we're working on here. On the screen you see two avatars. Those avatars are created and controlled by YouTube and Twitch live chat now, both of them. But before I turn on the Twitch live chat and make it part of the streams, we're going to add a moderation there. So because this system's all hooked up to text-to-speech, we want to ensure that all the comments coming in are obviously clean. So we're going to make use of OpenAI's moderation API. There's a couple of difficulties there. The way modules are created in nodejs, there's basically two ways: CJS and MJS, require and import. More modern libraries tend to favor MJS, which is what we use for the front end here in React. We don't make use of require, we make use of import. But when it comes to the server layer, it's a little bit more of a mess. And we have a lot of code up there already. Kind of set it up so we can use both. However, it's still a wee bit of a painful process, but we're going to work through that tonight. The other thing, I've got a stream deck here that helps me control my streams here. I can blank out my screens to make it easier to integrate with all these APIs. I'm going to have to move keys around to the secret server and stuff, and doing that on stream is risky. So at least set up a couple of things here that'll make that easier. Also want to make use of the Steam Deck to control Kynto's TTS system. We want to make it so that chats can be paused, chats can be muted, and chats can be manually played as the channel gets bigger here. Hopefully we continue growing. There's going to be more and more chats coming in, and we're going to need some sort of way to stagger them. We can't just have a complete free-for-all. The reason why I'm just kind of building and using the system anyway is because that helps drive the development. It really does. If I just tried to create an entire system without any exposure to how it would be used or any experience, you know, I'm not, like, this is all kind of new to me as well. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, wouldn't even know that, you know, maybe I should stack messages. I have no idea how many people will use this system, but we've had a couple of instances where it's got quite busy, and a couple of situations where, you know, I'm trying to answer questions and another one comes in, and chatters felt like they were being rude by cutting me off, but they also want to chat. I don't want any concerns there, so we're going to take a look at that. So bam bam. I think the first thing I'm going to do is turn on YouTube live chat. So to do that, if you look at this right up here, it's the live stream panel for YouTube. In between video and / live streaming, that's the video ID. What I'm going to do is grab that, and I'm going to log into Kynto on the development computer over here as well. And I'm just going to populate that. So if I click chat in here and click YouTube, I'm just going to paste that video ID without the slash. And we're going to set a poll duration for 5 seconds, which for some of y'all is quite painful. That's why we're going to be working on Discord. We want to get WebSockets utilized here for as much of the live chat as possible. Twitch made that extremely easy, but YouTube does not support that. Looks like we're live here. For this instance, I'm going to dump some commands into the live chat and pin it. Because if I don't tell you what commands are here, you won't know what to do. But the core of the system is just by chatting, asking code questions, talking about your own projects. Once it goes through the moderation system, everyone gets to hear you, everyone gets to see you. Let me grab this. And even doing this is just flooding my mind with other ideas and things that I was coding that I want to get done as well. So plenty of stuff to work on here, that's for sure. There's no lack of ideas. All right, I'm gonna pin this. So it's not reading this message out, but it did spawn another avatar. Emojis are not supported by the system right now. That's something we could throw in there, but I'm not too bothered about that. If you're new to the channel, make sure you at least subscribe. It gets fun. All right. So we have Discord here. No, that's OBS. So what I had open here, since I've got this Stream Deck over here, I ended up creating a plugin layer in Kynto to control OBS as well, like start and stop streams, switching scenes, stuff like that. Was using that for a while, not anymore, but we're going to bring that back. We're also going to lay out some web routes that the Stream Deck, I keep calling it a Steam Deck because I have one right here, the Stream Deck can control. There's a billion different directions we can go in, but I think tonight we're going to just start with the moderation layer for Twitch, which I coded over the course of 3 streams over the past week, I think, and I'm happy with it. It works great. It's instantaneous, and we are streaming to Twitch as well. So if you wanted to see like full desktop environment, I know on YouTube we're only working with a sliver of the screen. That's just the nature of the game. For a small channel like this, YouTube is not going to serve it up unless you kind of play their game. And one of the ways is the live portrait streams. Figured that out pretty early. All right, we're just going to test this again, just make sure it works. I'm pretty confident it will. So I'm going to have to pull tab off screen here and generate a token for the session, which I'll dump into the system right here. So when I click chat and open Twitch, it's got 2 fields. The first one is just channel name, same as on YouTube. And then I'm going to generate this token right now. I think I'm going to put a UI button in there just to automate this process. But 2 seconds. I did have a couple of folks the last stream I did that one was looking to get into programming, and another sent me some code to review. We'll get there, but we do have to make some progress here as well. I got the token. Start connection, active. All right, so that's Twitch system up. And just a quick reminder for those that haven't seen this yet, here's the Twitch live chat, here's Kynto. You also see it in the bottom of your screen over there. If I type a message, hello, instantaneously dumps into the system. So that's both YouTube and Twitch hooked into this, which I'm quite happy about. I think it's pretty unique. Everyone has a unique voice. Everyone has an avatar they can control as well. Just while I'm working on this moderation layer for Twitch, I'm going to go ahead and terminate the connection. So now it's disconnected. All right. Now I think it's time to get to work. Typically what I do is, especially if I've not coded on my project for a day or two, what I like to do is just sit there and kind of what appears to be mindlessly scrolling over code I've previously written. It's kind of like loading all that into my RAM, just so I'm aware of everything I've already done specific to this. We have YouTube as well. The project itself coded in JavaScript, both front end and back end. It's also how I compose my streams, do screen capture with it from a coding environment, and also capture my cameras. And I did do a live test when I was out in my little camper this weekend on the coast, where I popped my phone on the bike and I rode around just to demonstrate the fact that you could come and go with different camera sources, even on YouTube. Which is lovely. So this is a YouTube setup, and then we want to hop into Discord because that's what we're going to be working on as well tonight. So there's 2 layers to this. Then we want to open up our OpenAI. Pull this off screen for a second, make sure everything's kosher. Okay, that's not what I want. So just open another instance of VS Code. If it lets, man. Okay, there we go. Come on, you can do it. All right, well, I did this handy dandy thing, so I can hide my development environment real quick. We're pretty safe these days, but it's always good to ensure that. Okay, this is OpenAI layer. What did I do here? Okay, this is for ChatGPT integration. That's not what we want. We want moderation layer, which is probably in here. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. Nothing crazy going on here. So we'll bring us back. So the OpenAI moderation layer is pretty simple. Essentially, the library here just wraps a web request. Change this. Gotta move that song. It just wraps an API request where we essentially pass in a string, which in our case we call message, and then it returns an object, and it gives you a Boolean response for the word safe, basically true or false if it's flagged. Well, that's actually what I'm up to. They call it flagged. And then categories gives you a list of numerical values, like for categories such as harassment, intention, and we can do some more fine-tuned checks on the moderation with that. Let's quickly just test this as is. I did a little test message here. So we will open up another instance on server, cd into our library, then we will run node OpenAI and yeah, it's capital NJS. Okay, blank out screen, so make sure we're good here. Yep. All right. Yeah, so just kind of what I was talking about here, there were some categories such as quote unquote sexual, hate, harassment, self-harm, a bunch of other things that are probably bad words on YouTube. So this is a safe message. I do want to see what it does for spam. I took Twitch is more likely to get spam in live chat, like bots going around and just posting links to other channels. Let's take a look at some examples I've saved here. Hopefully I did save them. Curious where you're tuning in from tonight. Just because of the time I get on, most of the people coming on are not typically. Okay, so that's an interesting message. It's funny. That's actually hilarious. Can't find the spam message. All right, we're just gonna write our own then and see what it says. So I do have OpenAI integrated into this system here, which is kind of nice. Also represents the virtual avatar just the same as I'm doing for Twitch and YouTube. So if I click into friends, opens up this toolbar over here, and if I go to the AI, has like personalities that I've already set up for different bots. We're going to look at Kynto developer. It's going to say generate some example spam messages I can use to test your moderation filters with.
Generate some spam messages live streamers would get on Twitch so I can test your moderation filters are working properly.
All right, what do we have? Yeah, this is perfect. So the coolest thing about developing one large project is it builds on itself. You keep layering all these things that you've built, and eventually it comes together. Right, do we want to put this in? Let's do that. I think that will work. Where are you? Come on. All right, let's see what it says here. It doesn't have a category for spam, but we'll see what we can deduce from response here. All right, let's run with that spam message. We might have to create a bot because it's letting us through it's safe, which I don't want to do. All right, let's create a bot in our system that we can use for this instead. That might make more sense. All right, so open Kynto again, not this one. All right, so to do that, I can just create a new bot profile in here.
Dillen R says hello.
Hey Dylan, good to see you, buddy. How are you doing? Okay. Where do I have AI buddy? Okay, here. Yeah, so I should just be able to create a new prompt. We're going to create a moderation bot here.
Very good, and you?
Yeah, doing good. Weekend's coming up, which I'm happy about, but happened very quickly. All right, so we're just going to use GPT 3.5 for this. We're not expecting it to actually give us a response
JE1
back.
day till Friday, beaming face with smiling eyes, beaming face with smiling eyes.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait. I've been so tired after work. It's been crazy that I've not been able to get on the past couple of nights, so it's good to be here. I'm just creating a bot to, an AI bot to basically filter out spam messages from Twitch, so we could get that system on. And have it all this AI functionality already coded in Kynto, so I'm just going to wire it right into there. So just real quick, I put the avatar's prompt as your function is to process incoming stream messages from live chat systems. The function is to filter out all spam, so anything that contains links or is harassment, etc. The channel purpose is live coding, so messages should reflect that, or friendly conversations. Respond with this format. Have it respond with a JSON object. See if it works at this. Might have to mess around a bit. Oh, let's give it a name. We'll just call it mod. Let's search if it's in the list. Yep, it's down here. So let me go ahead and test it real quick.
Far is the progress.
Well, Twitch works now. We're just literally setting up a bot to moderate. So that's all live. I'm just setting up the moderation layer, and then I'm going to finish the Discord layer, and we'll take that live as well. Right, let's hop into this AI to test this.
Oh, cool.
Have you been doing any coding yourself or getting into anything interesting? There's mod. I'll mute the chat readout for a second so you don't hear my test spam. Okay, cool. It worked perfectly.
Sync. False.
So I posted in that example spam message and it just responded with, well, let's remove the JSON part, but it returned as an object.
Jess, I've got my dual boot working and Arduino Vscode Sublime Text working.
Oh, cool. What are you doing with Arduino? It's always fun. Oh, we can tweak the personality of the bot even live. Oops, stay on the page. Update. Try this again. Oh. I've got to do some UI work here to not to dig like this. Oh, mod, what are you doing? Just ignored me completely. Hey, someone just jumped. What does that mean? All right, it's working again. Try again. Okay, so it's letting good messages in. So you can insult me. That's funny. Let's mess around with it a little bit more. Got to go in here. So Dillen's test out avatar commands is brilliant. I could put some items down in the room you can actually pick up by walking into them as well. Could do that in a wee second. So just updated its prompt. Oh, we might end up layering this. Let's see what it says in here. The action moderation API. Safe false. All right, we might layer this because one layer for spam. Dillen, so yeah, I'm gonna have to simplify these commands. And I got an idea from a user on Twitch who said, why don't you use maybe the AI to help infer what the user tries to do? But you have to type move space up. And you can type like move space down, space 3 to move 3 tiles down. But I'll make it simpler to use, but that's what we're dealing with. All right, I think I'll just start with this and we'll deal with the spam as it comes. And I'll zoom out the camera a wee bit so you can see, or the game camera, so you can see easier.
Vipul Bharadwaj says this is good work, by the way.
That's awesome. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Are you a coder yourself, or what brings you? What are you interested in? You're going to see me stumble around for a couple of minutes while I get MGS and CGS to play nice with each other. So
you should have more views. I hope this grows.
Appreciate you. So 2 things you can do to help with that is just subscribe and like. That helps the channel out massively. I appreciate that comment. It means a lot. When I started doing this, I was literally the only person here, which felt weird. So, all right. Let's see. So did I? Okay. We have to wrap this. Let's see what's pull up some docs. Porting MGS into CGS. Well, I think I already did this for the OpenAI layer. Let me see. Okay. So I think I coded this. So I coded a plugin layer for room and server. The room code is not too clean. I've been breaking everything into plugins, so bear with me. Where are you? Right here. If I go OpenAI. So see, in the plugin system, I coded support so you can load in MGS or CGS. It basically handles setting up that for me, but we're not coding this as a plugin as such. Maybe I should, because then I could just access it directly via the plugin property. I think we might have to do that. That doesn't mean I have to create a new instance for every room, but I think it might be a good stopgap. You see right here, I specify the module type so it knows how to import it. CF. Where are we? Load plugin. Down here. Plugin. All right, this is what we're looking at. So my activate plugin, we can handle common.js or imports. So I think this might be the quote unquote cheapest way to wire this in. And then we'll just have it load before Twitch and Discord and then reference that. And that'll get us by for tonight. And we could just come back and reference it. This. I try to avoid implicit referencing. That's why I make such use of the event bus. However, which is also another option, I can just wire it up as a.
Kawaii says you do Python.
I do a little bit of Python when needed. Like this Anki Cosmo runs in Python, and I was able to get this into Kynto. So you were able to talk to this via live chat and it would read out to me. That's this little camera on it, moves around. What do you do in Python?
Is it possible to add a show name tag command or pointer command to show the USR what avatar they are?
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. So what would you like to call the command? We could actually code that tonight, like identify or... Yeah, give me a name for the command and I'll wire it up. I love command ideas. That's fun to implement. And can happen pretty quickly.
UDEF making 100k a month WIDHA setup.
Ha! No. I'm lucky just to have you folks on tonight, trust me. Don't think I coded this in the server layer.
Guess who, where, identify, but what you choose is the best.
Okay, sweet. Let me show you how I would do that. So if I go into the YouTube plugin I coded, I scroll down here, process input. I want to clean this up. I don't want it to be a big switch command. We could make this an array of objects of commands. That way it's dynamic. And it's just a little easier to manage. But to do that, I'd come in here and I'd add a new case. So, and we could also use all the examples you gave me. So let's do who, case, where, case, identify. And then we could do a command here. So what we need to do is get a list of all the people in the room. And I do have a handy utility function for that. Give me a second. If I go into my Kynto chat, live chat utils, avatars. Oh, just didn't change file. Get live chat or avatars. Oh, I think I'd want to pull all the avatars in a room so you know everyone. But I think you've got two ideas there, Dylan. One would just be maybe just to show who you are in the room, and then the other would be to identify everyone. So we'll do both. So what we'll do, we go back here, YouTube. I'm just gonna create, no, we'll code it in that function, it'll be cleaner. All right. Static, get all avatars in room. And we just pass in our room context. And we're gonna build up an array.
Wait, are you left-handed? Cool.
No, I'm right, but the camera might be flipped. Yeah, looks like it's flipped. Are you left-handed yourself? Avatars equals room, avatars. We just want everyone. I don't think I'm going to filter anyone out. That's literally it. So what we'll actually do is make this a little bit more.
Oh.
We could deconstruct this. It's a little cleaner. I like destructuring in JavaScript. It makes it cleaner. We're gonna loop through everyone. But it's an arrow function.
No, right-handed, but I like how people can do left-hand.
Yeah, I always found that fascinating as a kid. I remember trying to write with my left hand and it would like be absolute chaos. Okay, so we would loop through every avatar. We could make them all glow. Make them, and we'd want them to create a little tag above them, but I don't want it to read it out into chat because that'd be chaos. So we'll just make a chat bubble with no TTS. And we'll do it with a slight delay. Okay, so then I would do room send all. And we'd want to trigger a speech event, which I think is add chat. And then we're going to have every avatar talk. So hold on, I want to delay this. Well, let's just get it working and we'll come back. So to do that, we're gonna just identify who's saying it, pull avatar ID, the username. Maybe we could even have it identify which servers they're on. So if they're on Twitch, it'll say, you know, Will from Twitch or Dylan from YouTube. I do have a property in there called source. It can be undefined though, so we're gonna make that safe up here. We'll do source equals avatar source. If there's none, we'll make it just Kynto. And we'll say avatar username in source. Alright, that should do it. And then we want to actually add a property for TTS so that it doesn't read it out. So I'll say TTS. And I think I wanted to make this an object because I wanted it to be to support some different things because I was already thinking about this for another application. Let's think. Just put active faults. Keep it simple. Listen a comma. All right. So I think that will work. What we'll do is we'll try this in local first. I'll try it with Twitch because I can test all that with how Twitch does the API integration. It's cleaner. If I was to load the YouTube chat on local, it would process all the messages that have already been sent because we're doing a GET request to the pull those, which is shameful on YouTube's part. And how do I make them glow? I forgot. Let's go back. So I have a glow command. All right. Yeah, let's pull that over. We'll also make it glow. Since we're in here, we could just call this. It works for even static functions in a class. Just pass in a room and avatar, and that should do it. Right. And then we've got to go over to our front end and make sure it respects this TTS flag, so it's not reading it out. Don't beat me up on the front end code for the main application here. Process it, pulling it out. We're doing TTS using the accessibility API built into the browser. You actually have quite a lot of control over voice, pitch, and rate. So that's why all you folks have different voices, which I think is awesome. Although I do want it to persist in between streams and maybe even make it an option so you can pick a voice and keep it. Let me just work up the chain here. Okay, we call it there, we call it here. All right. So we'll deconstruct it in here, make it active true by default. And then we'll just have it terminate. TTS equals true. And since it can still be undefined, it's good to just guard it. All right. ESLint is broken on my React side of things, which is annoying. All right, I think that's good. I think we're almost ready to test. Hop back over into, I'll put this in YouTube, so I'm gonna have to do it for Twitch as well.
Wait, so the TDS is browser-based / local, no online communication.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's the whole point of what I'm trying to do here is show what the browser can do if you really give it a go. That's a good question. I did integrate a living lab, so you could use voice cloning and stuff, but it's pretty slow. But that'd be a fun one to cover on a stream. But yeah, you get that for free. All right, let's go into Twitch as well. This is actually, we're going to test it. I do have all the commands separated at this time, but I'm going to come back and combine them. Okay, I think that'll work. So if I go in a room and type who, you should be able to trigger it. All right, so I need to reboot the server. We'll see if it crashes. For people getting into coding, debugging can be stressful because you feel like, oh, like I just don't know what I'm doing. That doesn't change even with 20 years of experience. You're gonna be debugging for the rest of your life. Welcome to the club. Alright, so now we need to break off another tab here. We can just pull this over. We're doing pretty well on YouTube tonight, which is awesome. Here, I think I already have a key, but I think I have to generate a new one. Yeah, we'll generate another one. Give me a second here, I have to do it off screen. All right, gotcha. Come back in here. That's Kynto production. We don't want to do it there, we want to do it in local. So I just access my local IP for that. And we have a crash already. What the hell? It didn't even load. Oh, you know what it is? We didn't start our proxy layer. So how is that running before? I think that's what's going on. Let me pull up.
You should make a GitHub page where you can customize the voice. Then, when it's fully customized, it gives you a command that you can paste iChat, and it changes the voice. YT chat text limit.
Could actually do something like that. Little page to tweak your Twitch, your pitch. Tweak your Twitch. Yeah, we could do something like that. Okay, so the reverse proxy is up. What is the issue? We've got some weirdness going on here. It's not hitting the server. Oh, is our injector layer up? Yes, it is. All right, let's attach to the reverse proxy. Just restart it. So to do that, go into server, cd nginx, docker compose down, docker compose up. All right, now let's see if we hit
Sedona
this.
asterisk says what AR working on?
I'm working on a command to identify all the users
Just
in the
keep
room.
in mind of injection, etc., as if that's implemented, someone can inject bad comments and do unwanted things.
Yeah, that's why we have the moderation layer, which I'm also working on. But that's definitely good to keep in mind. But I'm working on this avatar chat, you see. It's all driven by YouTubelive chat, Twitch as well. I'm working on moderation layer for that tonight, and Discord. You can control your avatar. I use it to make my streams here. This is how I screen capture my coding environment, my cameras. It's kind of like a stream aid for people interested in this kind of stuff. And I kind of just live stream the process of coding it. So it's hitting now. There's our issue here. We got. Hello, welcome. Did our IP rotate? What's it? I think it did. Yeah, that's not loading. It should be. What about
Zaratek says, are you
API?
making Habbo Hotel?
Ha, that's cool. You're the I think
The voice
second
messages
person.
is cool, but thinking face.
Yeah. Just behave yourself and everyone will be fine. CZ, I can't pronounce your name, but it's an avatar chat driven by live chat. I've coded a lot more than that into it, but yeah, Habbo Hotel is what got me into coding when I was like 12. When did you play? Guys, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps us out and makes this more fun. I'm gonna try to attract other people interested in coding and Habbo Hotel. that's pretty cool, man. Manji, I didn't read out your comment. I'm doing good. It's the first time I've got on since we spoke. I will have a look at your Git repo. We're just going to do some coding right now. So feel free to stick around and then I'll be happy to pull it up and have a look. Right now I'm debugging why local is not working. I've updated Mac OS and it's hitting a proxy, it's just not bloody loading. Not sure what's going on, it didn't crash. Alright, I'm getting chaos here. Appreciate the like, that's helpful. Without local, it's going to be kind of painful. Let's just double check the IP here. Oh, black. Nope, 1029. Let's just rebuild it with Docker completely. Try to do it quickly by avoiding using Docker for the extra server layer. But what are you going to do? Close down. I don't like using Docker for local development, like active code I'm working on, just because it's slow to restart with everything. Could work on some sort of hot reload, but that's for another day. All right. Yes. You see the bottom of my screen there going crazy. This Docker, it's helpful to containerize stuff. Like for database and other services you need, like I use video libraries, image libraries, all sorts of stuff. And you'd have to install all that manually if you wanted to like redeploy this on another server or another local environment, which is not fun. It's one of the good things in modern development is making use of containers. A lot of other things have become harder. Come on. Suppose while this is doing its thing, we could still do some coding and get everything ready. Just wanted to test Dylan's commands right there, his live chat commands. Which is a good idea, Dylan. Any more live chat commands you've got for me? Give me them. I will code them. Explain how I do it. I got a good one. I've not had too much interaction on Twitch, but when I got the Twitch chat working, I had someone that stuck around and helped me debug it.
You should add a TDS mod for reoccurring letters after each other. Like if someone spams one letter, it could read it but will stop reading and skip the spammed part.
That's a good idea. That was what I was working on tonight, was additional moderation. I've got it pretty locked down on YouTube, other than, you know, people spamming letters and stuff, but that is another case we will handle. A lot of this we have to just let a little bit of it play out and then address it as it comes up, because I can't, as much as you try, you can't foresee every scenario. People are, you know, smart, intelligent, and persistent, even when they're being annoying. We'll definitely step up because as the channel grows, it's going to be more of a concern. We've got a lot of work to do in a TTS system. A lot of work.
LOL.
Like, I also want to do it so, like, I've got this little Stream Deck, which is kind of cool. It lets me configure so I can easily like hide and display code environment and stuff and mute people and all that. I'm going to tie that into Kynto. That's another part. So, you know, disable TTS for a little bit of time, or pause them, or manually play them back. Also, as time goes on too, I'm sure you'll have to build up some trust with the channel, even with all these moderation layers, because, you know, like, who knows? It could get busy or it could just not. All right, that did go up. Let's reload. All right, so it works with Docker. It's annoying, but we're gonna go ahead and test your command, Dylan. If I did something wrong coding it, we're gonna find out real quick, and we'll have to wait a minute in order to test my change though, so it's annoying. I have to generate a new key again. So give me a second here. Let's generate a new window. It can also be annoying, like coding a system like this, and just get pulled in so many directions. Like, there's the cool stuff I want to do, there's the necessary stuff. Alright. Twitch active. So we're going to quickly test your command. So first I'll just say something on Twitch, and then and keep in mind this will work for YouTube too. I'm just testing on Twitch. Their chat API is a lot cleaner to test this kind of stuff. First I'll just say hello. Alright, spawned in my test user there. You won't see this on the bottom screen because that's live. Let's see up here. And then I'm going to type who. Hey, did it! Dylan, your command worked first time. So look, everyone says so Snapple, that's me logged in Kynto, but Twitch, CodeLoch says Twitch, CodeLoch in Kynto. I should say Twitch. We'll quickly fix that, but yeah, your command worked. I did want to see if it makes the person glow. Try it again. So I don't see them glowing. Alright, let's quickly fix your command.
Off-topic fact, did you know you can run JS in a bookmarklet and do cool things any Chromium-based browser supports is?
Yeah, that's a good one to know. You can also do a cross-site script ejection that way as well.
Cool, that's cool that it works first time.
Yeah, you don't always get lucky like that. But we're going to make some quick tweaks. Make it a little cleaner and figure out why it's not saying the source. I think I know why. Give me a minute. There's a couple of layers of plugins interacting with each other. I'm going to have to step through them. Let's see. Oh, well, that's because I'm directly... okay. Give me a minute here.
Praisen says, what are you building?
So this little chat system that you're talking through right now, I'm coding a custom command that Dylan just came up with there. So there's some additional commands to type in. It's avatar chat system driven by YouTube, Twitch, and Discord once I get done here. You guys get to kind of see me code it. There's a lot more going on. Feel free to ask questions and talk about any code stuff that you are interested in as well. So this is what I was looking for. The property is live chat source, not source. So let's go back. Fix this real quick. We also don't need it to say the username again because it already says it in the bubble. All right. Now let's see if I can do this without using Docker again. If we can just...
Why aren't using TypeScript BTW? Much better.
I've been coding JavaScript 20 years. Used everything from CoffeeScript to Microsoft's original JScript. I like JavaScript. There's specific instances where I'll use TypeScript, APIs or schemas and stuff, but I enjoy JavaScript. I use it for front and back end, and I just like the freedom of it. I understand the love for TypeScript, I absolutely do. ActionScript 3 back in the day was kind of the original TypeScript to me, and I enjoyed that very, very much. But I'm focused on just building, and JavaScript, it's just know it like the back of my hand. All right, we're down here. What do you code in TypeScript?
Yeah, that makes sense. Gotcha. Keep going.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. If you can, if you're interested in this sort of stuff, make sure you subscribe so it pops up again. It also helps the channel out. It's definitely good to get people to, you know, explain why they like certain things the way they do, because it's just helpful. All right, we started that. Let's see if we can load it this way again. Oh. So many tabs, so many windows. It's weird. It's just giving me issues now. Let's go and did I restart this? All right, we'll just do it the slow way. I'll have to debug this off stream. And while that's doing its thing, I'll go ahead and just start laying out the code for keybinds. Are so weird with this keyboard and Mac. It's like control is actually alt. You can flip it, but it like doesn't stick. Right. So we have this. I'm gonna build just a moderate plugin. Let me just set all that up actually. Moderate. We already have this set up for YouTube. There's some improvements I can make for spam specifically. That's all right. And now we're in here. We're gonna go ahead and just make this easier for ourselves. Come on, there you go. Okay. So most of this we could just do with dependency injection. So we're just gonna start typing what we need here. It's gonna be this top level Kynto object. We're gonna just start coding. Right. In our constructor, we get a bunch of props dumped in. I'm just gonna assign them. It's the main guy we need. Yeah, so change that to const. I like using const when needed, but it's not what we needed there. Set up some state. It's active, false. Oh, how'd you get out there? All right. So we've got two events, or two functions that get called that are important to us. Load, so we can assign our event listeners, and unload, so we can unassign them. We are going to have to. Let me think here. I'll tell you the whole MJS via CGS thing is bloody nightmare. I'm going to have to do some more research and just start porting everything over so we can just import everything on the server side. It slows me down. But what we could do, we'll just start coding. Okay, we also need our emitter. We'll call it moderate message. Go ahead and create an arrow function for it. I think we get socket and message. Okay. I have to see what I did for importing. So take a look right here how I coded this. This is async. Some of that could work. To make this async and make everything wait for it. Do something like this. Specify a file path in a second. Ooh, I need some more. Quickly test that command again. since everything should be built. So that's kind of what I do sometimes when I'm waiting for things to build. I'll start coding over things I'm working on, and then I'll hop back and test what I need to test. We're going to test Dillen's command again. So where's Twitch key? God, I'm going to have to generate that again. That's fine. I suppose it's safer that way. Oh look, see, this is why filtering is so important. That's why we're coding moderation layer as well as testing these commands here. Like someone just came on to Twitch and it's like, here's my link, stream boo or some crap. Politely tell them to F off, but that's alright. Carry on. That's literally why you see me work on moderation for I want to get it turned on. I want to get Twitch going. Alright, start connection. Okay, so I'll just do a quick test message to generate there's someone else in the room. Nothing crazy, right? Alright, so it's testing Twitch. And I'm going to type in who to identify who's in the room. Oh, I didn't rebuild it with my actual code change. So Docker, you have to type -- build. Have to wait again. It's fine. And typically I'm able to test this without this. I could just run the needed services I need in Docker. However, since I restarted, something went terribly wrong. And I could spend hours trying to figure that out in front of you guys, or I could just carry on with it, make the best of it. Okay. So I'm going to take a quick second, I'm going to go grab some coffee, and then we'll continue this on. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure you drop a like if you can. Helps us out. And I appreciate you guys for watching.
I backface blue smiling. Up. Down. The up-down command is not working. Oh, I see, it's moved down and up. Hi.
Hey Dylan, since I'm coding moderation here, let me know if you're interested in being a moderator for the channel. It would also be helpful. We don't have any mods yet, so we're doing everything through AI. Right. So let me know. Alright, this is rebuilt. We'll quickly test this before we start coding again. Hopefully I don't have to generate another key. Let's see. No, I still have one. Perfect.
That would be cool, but I'm not always available, but it would be awesome for when I'm online.
Yeah, that's fine. No, just come in as you go as you please. That's cool. It just gives you the ability to, you know, basically stop people from talking for a certain amount of time, so they're spamming. I don't have a lot of that, luckily. But it'd be good to start get people on at different time zones. Okay, so Twitch. Just go quickly test out your command again, make sure that identifying where the people are coming from. Start connection.
Sure, I'd love to be a mod.
Alright, sweet. I'll go ahead and make you one in a wee second. 1, 2, 3. So there's my little test avatar. And I'm just going to type who to identify. Oh, okay, cool, it works. So Snappo is logged in Kynto. I'm logged in via the web app. And then Twitch CodeLoch says he's in Twitch. So I think that's good. We're going to be able to roll that out for the next stream. You'll have that command to identify who's who. It does give me an idea though. I could just do a command called whoami, so it identifies which avatar you are specifically. So we could do that as well. Turn this off. Go ahead and make you mod. I think I could do it from here. Add as moderator. Moderator. Alright, Dylan, there you go. You're a mod. Appreciate your help. Okay, let's code another command real quick and then we'll carry on. It was a really good idea. Okay, so we're just going to code who am I? Case who am I? Break. And then we'll just create a new method for that. Kynto live chat utils. Who am I? And we pass in a room instance, and then we switch over to this file. And we'll just start coding it. Take 2 seconds. Oh. Who am I?
Cool. My screen just got a prompt for mod.
Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you for showing interest in the channel and coming back. I'm having an interest in coding as well. So, this is the type of folks we want. Alright, so I'm going to do a filter here. So I'm going to type const avatar equals avatars filter a equals a username. Okay, so I'm going to have to pass in the username as well. Equals username. So we'll inject username into this as well. Strong. Okay. And then we will send an event to the room. Avatar glow. Oh, we also have to guard if there is no avatar. Should be, but let's do that real quick. If different and avatar, we'll just return. Okay, and we're going to put this into the room, who this person is. This room. Oh, it's not this, we're directly injecting it. Okay, send all Kynto event add chat. Got to pass in an ID for the avatar. Got to pass in a username. That's just gonna do that. And we'll go create a message. I'll just type, look, it's me. And we'll pass in. I didn't validate if TTS prevented the readout, so do that as well.
Is it okay if I make a JS? We'll probably use Python for a start, concept and send it later to you. It will be a basic spam filter that checks each individual message if I can pull it off.
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely. I created a plugin system here, so it's easy to essentially wrap new code and dump it in the system. Okay, that should do it. And then I need to go back here. Switch. And I'm going to pass in the username as well. And we'll quickly rebuild this. I think that is us. Docker compose down. Docker compose up. Dash dash builds. Dash D for detached. All right, close that and then hop back to moderation. Oh, we should also make the user jump. Just do a bunch of stuff. Command I have for that. All right. We're gonna have the user do a bunch of stuff. We'll also make him jump. This jump avatar, and we just pass it in the room and the avatar. Super simple. So I should, let's terminate this and rebuild it. Perfect. Back to the not so fun stuff. Okay. We're not using absolute paths here, which I don't recommend, but that's what it is. We want to go back one, welcome to web. And open. That's not a suggestion. Let's see. Should do it. It's MJS. Okay. don't think we're exporting it. Oh.
Can you make me a male avatar please? Beaming face with smiling eyes. I'm currently the pink one and I'm gonna move up.
Try just typing wardrobe again. It should give you a male one. But I could add a command to specify as well, but try wardrobe again. Let's see, did you type it and this is not working? Yeah, try typing wardrobe. All lowercase. There you go. Let's see, there you go. That's a little bit better, right? Also, once I get this Discord plugin up, I'll start bringing on people that are interested directly onto the web app, because you can customize your avatar completely and also control your voice and stuff. So there's a lot more stuff you can do in the system. If you look at this right here, and select your hair, your clothing. Hopefully one day a pixel artist comes on the stream and gets interested in the project, because we could use some assets. But these are the ones we have.
Jess, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Alright, that's so good. Well, it didn't do too bad tonight. We got on at 2 AM, 782 views. So, I'm quite excited about that. If I didn't get on tonight though, YouTube doesn't like that. They like you to keep trying. Alright, so we are exporting this. Specify default? Yes, we can. Let's go back into... Ooh, the mosquitoes are getting in here somehow. Save. Even when I get off here, I'm still going to be coding, because I need to get my local environment back up to snuff. If I want to come on next stream, we'll have the Twitch running live as well. We'll have the moderation running. And that way we could just spend a night focusing on wrapping up Discord. That's kind of dirty. Just bear with me.
I have a funny idea, but it will span over a few messages.
Alright, go for it. Thanks for the heads up. This is async. Oops. Am I reading that? Let's see. Curious. Oh no. Did we lose you, Dylan? Oh. What the hell? Ooh, Jesus, bug. That trigger TTS? Let's turn up volume here. No, it didn't. Perfect. Wait, it does. Twitch. I'm gonna quickly join Manj's Git repo to create a new GitHub under this account. Okay, so I did set up an email address for the channel because some people have been asking how to get code sent to me. To create another GitHub account. Do that in Chrome. Create an account. Code dev, right, CodeLoch dev@gmail.com. So quiet in here. I wonder what's happened.
The internet went out.
Oh, Dylan, I wonder what was going on. I'm just setting up a GitHub account for the channel. I've got some code to take a look at. It's about file. Manja, if you're still with us, if you've got a lot of code to look at, you might have to break this into another stream. However, just make sure I'm in your repo so I can see what's going on.
Cool AAA, my screen quality is pixelated.
Oh no. I'm hoping that's just on your internet. Check on my phone real quick. Okay, let's see, invite. I know this struggles with internet. It doesn't help. Mutation.
It's probably my signal around here.
Are you using like a hotspot on your phone or something? Alright, so I'm gonna have to ask him to send this invite for this repo again. It's unfortunate.
Mobile, I don't have Wi-Fi.
Oh no, that's tough. Yeah, it's shocking actually in the US how expensive mobile hotspotting is. In the UK you can get like unlimited plans for like 40 quid, as much hotspot as you want. Where in America, you get it. You don't get it that easy. Unless someone knows something I don't, please let me know if there's a service I should check out, because I do coding on the weekends in the camper, and it cost me $60 last week to do a test stream on my phone, which sucked. It's a lot of money for something I don't make money from. Which I got no problems with, but like when it costs that much money, it's like, bloody hell, man, I'm not supposed to do it. Alright, I'm gonna have to ask him. Thankfully, he's on the Discord, so I'll be able to get with him on that. Just so you folks know, there is Discord links under my YouTube profile. Make sure you join. One of the things we're getting set up here is setting up a bot, so you can chat from Discord as well, with 0 latency, right into the live chat. That's why I'm coding all this AI moderation stuff. Yeah, I think that's alright. Let's also create an event so client side can moderate, use this API. So let's do that as well. This room. Is that the emitter? Let's just check actually.
I'm on the MTN network in South Africa. It's R300 for 200 GB and I get 1 GB a day. Sometimes I'm lucky and get 5 GB.
Wow. Wow, yeah, that's rough. The Google Fi base plan in America, you get what is it? I think it's 2 gigs total or something, and it's $1. Wait, it's $10 per 1 gigabyte, which is so expensive because 6 gigabytes is $60. They do have an unlimited plan, which I'll probably switch to, but it didn't let me upgrade to that. You have to wait until the next month, which is insanity. So am I just injecting everything into emitter? I guess so. So now I'm setting up a client-side event as well as a server one to allow us to moderate. Let's quickly test that. Oh. I have to start shutting this down soon. I'd love to go all night, but my job doesn't give me that ability just yet. Let's make sure my order is fine here. Expensive socket. That's why I prefer to use named parameters with destructuring. Because this is gross. What else do we need? It's good enough to test it real quick. Oh, that's right. Might just have to inject a response back into the WebSocket if we're using this from the client. So I'm gonna have to separate those functions. Then we need to inject this into the room, so we're going to room send all. We could just send it to the socket. Let's do that. We're going to create a new event for this. Just moderate request. We'll use it for input and output. And then we'll just dump a result right from the library. Okay, that's good. Moderate client message. Client message. Good stuff. Just for testing, let's also just trigger an alert. Let's see, what do I have for that? I'm gonna just...
Wait, so $1 is R18 or ZAR, meaning if 2 GB is $1, so if I was in America then 200 GB would be R1800. What? That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know what happened over here with that. Up until like the last 10 years, almost everyone was on contracts as well for their phones. So like, it's just always been... I remember in the UK when like very few people were on contracts, everyone was pay as you go. It might have changed now. But yeah, America gets it with the data on that. Like, we're pretty lucky with like wired internet to the houses. We have good plans, great speeds. But when it comes to mobile, no. Alright. I'm just gonna send an alert to this thing. Just stringify the result.
How much is uncapped there by you?
Alright, so I have uncapped at Xfinity, and do a speed test right here actually. I do pay a pretty penny for it. I think it's like $120. I don't have a cable plan or anything. I just pay for like the best internet I could get. It's not fiber. Let's show me whoami or something. Let's see. Technically I get to like a gig down, but for whatever reason it's not showing that tonight. The upload is quite impressive for cable though, like 300 up is great. It's fast enough to be able to host websites or even Kynto. There was a point where I was running Kynto production from a server in my room. I do a wee bit of gaming, yeah. Especially with my brother, he likes to get on with me on here and do some gaming. Bunch of different stuff, but do enjoy COD. Haven't been on it a while. What games do you recommend I check out? I've seen you around before, so welcome back to the channel.
Cool.
I mostly play Warzone.
Okay, I've not messed with that yet, actually, but I think I can. I just have to install it. I mostly play on a computer, believe it or not. But I play computer with the gamepad. What do you use? Do you use like a PS5 or like an Xbox? Played a Resident Evil in the Steam Deck. Resident Evil Villages was a really good game. Like I actually completed it, which is unheard of for me. See why I hate using Docker for local. God maybe says it uses it for PS5, but it's on PC as well. Yeah, I like that it's crossplay, but I think they're killing crossplay off at some point. Like after a couple of games, like more games, it's going exclusive or something. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. Kind of the goal tonight before I wrap up, since it's 4 AM, getting close to wrap up time.
I play Minecraft. I did play COD. I mainly play
That's not the case.
Well, that's good to hear, God, maybe. Might Google just double check, because had some people I know freaked out.
Warzone is battle royale style.
Right, got you. Terraria. I downloaded that, but I've not played it yet. And Minecraft, like I've seen really cool stuff done, like you can build like CPUs and all sorts of crazy stuff using like the Blackstone or the Redstone for logic gates and stuff, which I find incredible. Alright, let's build. So let's quickly test this. Well, my goal is just basically to get this moderation layer up. Then I'll be able to start winding down. Oh crap, I didn't load it in. Damn it. We created the plugin, but we didn't load it in. Alright. To do that, I've got this array of plugins that I've coded for the room layer. Let's just go ahead and load it in. Oh, that's annoying. Active true. You can see the Discord plugin up there. It's just disabled. Name. Moderate. File path. Plugins. Room. / moderation. Project. And it's just. Oh. So forgot something else. Module CF. I have to invoke setup. Let's go back over here. Just call setup.
What is your opinion on the application of code? It's like VS Code, but for mobile plus a ton of plugins and support.
Let's see. A-code. I haven't heard of that one. Code editor for Android. But just so you know, you can use VS Code as a web app, which is pretty cool. So you can just use it directly in browser. But check that out. I did pick up an Android phone recently, specifically for Kynto for these live streams. That's how I got charged $60. Let's see. This is what Dylan was mentioning. A-code. It's okay. It is available. No, it's just on Google Play. I'll check it out.
Cool.
Wait, let's see what the VS Code web app is. VS Code web. If you go to vscode.dev, you can just use VS Code in browser. I'm not sure. Plugin support. Oh, it does support extensions. Let's see if it uses the ones I need. Yes, and. Oh, cool. Yeah, you have like plugin support right in browser for VS Code. That's beautiful. That's awesome. Let's quickly test this. Let's see if this throws any errors or not. Do this quick better. And then load time. Alright.
What is the YouTube chat limit, as I'm having a hard time getting the exact value? I think it's 200, not sure.
That's a very good question. Yeah, 200 characters.
Thank you.
What is? Here. CD plugins. CD run. Here. We need to get that 2 folders. That's why I hate relative paths. So important. Cool, that worked though. Awesome. So we will be able to use that. We'll go and I think restart. I think everything's set up now. Which is exciting. Yeah, time to rebuild. Before we do that, let's see what was going on with our new command for whoami. It's fine. Should be just fine. Let's code a helper function. Get got to avatar. Let's see, where are you? There you are. So I have to manually filter it. Oh, because I'm not doing I'm doing a filter, which would return an array. Which what I do find. That's fine. I'm just gonna use this anyway. Find just gives you one element, where filter gives you an array of elements. Okay, so that should fix us. Get us going. Rebuild here. I have 2 things to test this time. Well, this is building. I just wanted to mention it's really cool. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, you see all the avatars. And like tonight, where we had some activity.
Have you ever got a problem of sending files links between Apple, Android, Windows, etc.? It's super fast.
Oh, that's good to know. I actually coded file sharing into Kynto over WebRTC. I wonder if local send uses WebRTC for transmitting files as well. just based on its name, it sounds like it might. It's open source, so we could actually see if there's WebRTC. Yep, it uses WebRTC, so it's the same technology I use to share my cameras and my screen. And that's the power of web right there. It's beautiful. You don't have to hit a server in order for your files to be sent. That's cool. Kynto does so much. It just nodejs says that I want to get in the habit of building in my spare time, but sometimes I get so overwhelmed by what I have in mind to build. That is relatable, man. It's completely relatable. You know what? Like, use these streams as an opportunity to bounce some ideas off us and help you break it down to something small. I find that helps. Like, I'll even talk to people that don't know how to code. So there's a time when I was streaming on here and I wasn't talking to anyone who did code that would be interested in what I was building. And I'd even sit there and just bounce ideas off of them. It does help to voice it out. What was I going to say? So I was going to do like a video where I fast forward through the start of a live stream and it shows all avatars pop up with all the chat bubbles growing and eventually filling the room. So hopefully one day we get a really busy live stream where I can make a cool one out of it. So as this is done building and we do a test, I'm going to start shutting down here. Let's be up in a couple hours for work. And folks, if you want to like help us out as well, you know other people that might be interested in the type of stuff or like different forms, let them know about the channel. Let's bring some chaos in, but in a good way. That's why I'm doing all this moderation stuff.
I did it. Look at Discord. I'll send it now.
CodeLoch, that's a great question. I'm definitely going to try and get better at having set times. Make sure you're on the Discord, because one of the things I'm doing is coding a bot that kind of gives you a heads up on there. So make sure you join the Discord if you're not already. It's in my channel. It's one of the first links under profile. But I tend to get on. I don't know what time zone you are. If you let me know what time zone, I could let you know. Still waiting for this to build so I can test. But I'm EST time zone, so like New York, Miami time zone. And I tend to get on at like around midnight. But I'm trying to push that back a little bit earlier. I think eventually I'll do 2 streams, maybe one at 9 PM. And
I'm on UTC +1.
Alright, let's see what that is.
I'm +2.
Yeah, Google's been useless here. Let's just UTC. Alright, so it looks like it's in the morning for you. Gosh. You see, me getting on early might be a problem for folks like you because it's too early. I guess just check first thing in the morning, because I tend to stay on pretty late anyway. But join the Discord, try and figure out a better stream schedule.
I sent it. If it possible, can you test it?
Yeah, definitely. Let me quickly test what the moderation API here and the whoami command, and then I'll take a quick look before we shut down here. I can feel my brain running out of juice. Because for me, it's 4 AM. This is more fun than trying to go to sleep, but what? That's for sure. I had the same problem with school. I'd stay up all night coding and then I'm exhausted during the day. So some things don't change. Right, come on, hurry up. Crash. No.
It's still morning by me.
Wow. And time zones are crazy, really. Really get to experience that on YouTube, just how like widespread everyone is in the world. Alright. I don't think we're getting fabulous tonight. We just had a crash. Marginal found. What the hell? Why? Okay, what the hell? What did I call it? Oh, damn it. We call it moderate, not moderation. Alright. Got me for 5 more minutes then. Oh, it's not CS. I'm glad I checked that. Oops. So we're managing import right in there. Alright, let's back up. And, I think I need to grab another computer for Discord. Okay, we need a charger. Let's see what is this. Oh, yes. Just plug my main development computer and I don't think it liked it. Oops. Oh god, what happened? What's going on with his battery? Okay, I thought we lost it completely. Should probably just check that as my signal to shut this down, but whatever. Let's go. Shit. Oh, that's cool. There's some chat in Discord. Let's see, it's a DM. Yeah. It looks like you sent me some Python. We're using JavaScript for server and client, just heads up. but pretty easy to port that over. Looks like you have a character counter. But yeah, we're using JavaScript, not Python. But that's the idea. That would definitely detect if a string has repeating characters or not. I know it was off screen. I have my Discord off another computer here. Okay, come on. Docker's crapping at my computer tonight. Okay, so what we want to test first? We'll test Twitch, but yeah, it's slowness, the development environment here is just gonna make me have to shut this down. Twitch. Generate a key. Docker has a habit of getting bogged down after a while. nodejs. So the best way to, I mean, it's a great question. It should definitely make it easier for folks to contribute. I do have a plugin system, so technically I could set it up so people could help me code features. But to start, you can definitely help just with feature suggestions, ideas for commands and stuff, and even like what sort of things you'd like to do in here, so I can create the necessary infrastructure to make that possible. But 100%, I'd love to encourage help here. So it's a Twitch thing. So I'm gonna type in whoami to see if it just identifies the one avatar. Hey, look, it worked. It made the avatar jump. I have to zoom in a lot. It's a tiny bit of the screen here. Alright, so in Dillen we got two command ideas essentially. We got who, I think, which identifies all the people in a room. And it says, like, you know, if they're on Twitch, if they're on YouTube, then eventually if they're on Discord. And then the other command I coded was who. So if you type in who, it'll just show your avatar, make it jump, show a light around it, and then just say that. So we'll wait for these bubbles to disappear. And the next stream, I've not released it yet, Dylan. So keep an eye out for the next stream and I'll release it. I'm testing this on local. But next stream it'll be up. So watch. So I'm gonna type in who on Twitch. Oh, I was supposed to type whoami. God damn it. But keep an eye out for that next stream. You'll have those commands up. Once the bubbles disappear, I'll type who and I'll just show the one avatar as opposed to everyone in the room.
Oh, okay.
God, Nibi, thank you. That was like an example of how you guys can help me, because Dylan was like, hey, I want a way to, you know, like know who my avatar is in a room and like maybe who other people are. I was like, I'll code it right now. So if I type whoami, it's going to make my avatar jump, not the other ones. And it says, look, it's me. So, appreciate the support, Cotton. I appreciate the idea, Dylan. So keep thinking about different commands and stuff. Let's make you know, make it easier for other folks on live chat to like interact with this and have fun with it. We'll check one more thing before we shut this down. Won't be as interesting, but it's necessary. All right.
That's really cool, beaming face with smiling eyes.
Yeah, don't mean to shout, but sorry, I'm excited about it too. Taking direct feedback and being able to do stuff with it right here is awesome. What happened there? Oh, because I didn't dispatch as a server event. It's my fault. So the event bus works in multiple different directions. We're sending this as a server event. And it still didn't work. Alright. That's brilliant. Let's get some painful ad. Alright folks, I think we're going to shut this down tonight. COD newbie Dylan, thank you for sticking around, thank you for the ideas and the support. Much appreciated, guys. Appreciate it.
How to run JS in VS Code as it does not allow to run like Python, can you help?
Yeah Dylan, so you could install Node to run JavaScript that way. You could just, instead of typing Python, you could type like node space file name.js and you can run it that way. You can also run it in browser, but you have to set up like a HTML file script tag. But yeah, appreciate you guys, and keep an eye out tomorrow. Be back on, yeah. It's actually, yeah, it'll be tomorrow for you guys. All right, take it easy.